Today is the 18th day in the month of November 2025. Everyone, check your time. It's 7:02 a.m. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. I'm here because you're there. I will be visiting Punch newspaper, Daily Trust, Daily Post, Vanguard, The Sun, Guardian, and of course the Nation newspaper to serve you all of the gist that you need this morning. All right, everyone, let's take a walk together. Feel free to join the conversation via our social media platforms. I like it if you join me on YouTube. Yeah, we're streaming on YouTube right now. That is VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. All right, VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. Then you go to the comment section. Let's get your thoughts, your take, your observation, and all of that. Okay, thank you so much. WhatsApp number is 081-717-56338. I take that again, 081-717-56338. All right, just take a chill pill, get a bottle of water by your side, and let me give you some serious gist this morning. All right, let me give you some very, very serious gist this morning. Lagos, Nigeria. Let's take a walk. All right, first the Punch newspaper quickly. Mass abductions return. 145 missing in 4 days. Japan warns citizens in China as Taiwan row deepens. NIN to SIM policy erased 59.7 million phone lines, according to NCC. Oshun 2026, INEC urges parties to conduct lawful and transparent primaries. Investors lose fresh 1.17 trillion naira as bearish trading resumes. Road crashes may claim 65,000 lives by 2030, according to Chidoka. That's a serious one, though. Moving on, tension as Lagos street urchins stab Air Force officer. Federal government receives Benin bronze repatriated from the U.S. Federal government receives Benin bronze repatriated from the U.S. And then PDP headquarters showdown. Makinde, Wike factions hold rival next sessions today. Lagos bond subscription hits 310 billion naira. Lagos bond subscription hits 310 billion naira. Okay, let's see more now. Obasanjo, Fayose reignite old enmity, trade insults. And then moving on to more political headlines now. Oshun 2026, INEC urges parties to conduct lawful and transparent primaries. Makinde, not Wike, is causing PDP headaches. Anyao is the one speaking. ADC, NCP form alliance ahead of 2027 elections. Anyao blames PDP governors for party crisis. And then, ex-Kaduna Governor Makarfi resigns as PDP BOT Secretary. Atiku Obi absent as ADC unveils new headquarters in Abuja. And then, ex-Defense Minister quits PDP, retires from politics. 2027, Ondo APC youths promise Tinubu 1 million votes. Just like in Edo State, where the governor Okwebulu has also assured the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu that he's going to give them Is it 1 million or 2 million for he promised self? But he shall promise votes. And a couple of persons asked questions. If he would force the entire Edo to vote, it's okay. And then PDP chieftain backs Wike's expulsion. That's the story we see there. And we move quickly now to some of the newspapers. Okay, but first we'll touch on Daily Post newspaper. Don't forget that I'll be having Rufai Osedi to analyze these headlines, okay? And then Prince Chilaka will also, be with me in the studio this morning. All right? Now, the Daily Post newspaper. Uproar over abduction of Kebbi school girls is one very big story there. And then PDP crisis peaks as Wike Tureki camps clash in Abuja today. Northwest chapter splits. Northern elders call for sustained military action to end banditry in Zamfara. Chief of Army Staff visits Kebbi. Orders intensified search for 25 abducted schoolgirls. 2027 ADC NCP form alliance vow to end APC's rule. Taraba State now, 16 local government chairmen dump PDP, set to join APC in Taraba, okay? And then INEC wants parties to allow rules for Osun primaries. PDP not dead despite crisis. Anyao. PDP crisis. Damagum incompetent. Anyao. Turaki's led PDP holds inaugural meeting today. And so from Daily Post, I'll give you some more stories now. This time around, Vanguard will help us. Pope warns against escalating violence and persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Tension as factions battle for PDP secretariat. How bandits kidnapped 25 Kebbi schoolgirls. To some more stories now, everyone. Let's see. Tax reforms key to strengthening Nigeria's finance, says FIRS boss. Tax reforms is what he's saying. And then food inflation still going up, but at slower speed. It's according to a report there. And then 2026, Adeleke searching for platform to contest poll. PDP Deputy National Vice Chairman, Southwest, is the one speaking. Okay. Akpabio, Mark, Shehu, others mourn as media icon Dan Agbese dies at 81. I didn't kill my husband. Christy, late Akimboye's wife, breaks silence. On board altercation, United Nigeria hands over Very Dark Man and Mr. Jollof to security. 2 children die as night fire raises makeshift estate in River State. Ondo police nab 4 suspected ritualists, kidnappers, armed robbers also. Police confirm murder of Delta local government APC vice chairman. To some more political stories again, Adeleke searching for platform to contest poll. PDP Deputy National Vice Chairman Southwest is the one speaking. Onwabua assures PDP leaders of peaceful BOT NEC meeting on Tuesday, that is today. Saraki, or rather Taraba speakers, 15 PDP assembly members defect to APC. Wike-backed PDP faction announces emergency BOT NEC meeting. And Kanaj in Northeast, Can Youth Wing, begs federal government. Yes, let's check up the Sun newspaper. Check your time now, it's 7:12 a.m. Showdown looms at PDP headquarters. That is in Wadata Plaza. Okay. Suspected headers kill 2 in renewed attack in Benue. Police recover 66 parcels of suspected Indian hemp in Gombe. Kebbi school kidnap. Governor fumes over alleged failure to act on credible intelligence. Federal government vows swift rescue, reaffirms commitment to citizens' safety. Tension in Enugu community as Governor Ba's kinsmen protest alleged military invasion. Tinubu has less than 600 days to be flushed out. That's according to a PDP chieftain there. Atiku condemns killings of Brigadier General Musa Uba, blames presidency for security failures. Kanu's trial, constitutional abomination. Or rather, I take that again. Kanu's trial, constitutional abomination. Exactly. American veterans are the ones speaking there. Abia APC, and of course, stakeholders pass vote of confidence on Tinubu, Kalu, and others. Abia APC stakeholders pass vote of confidence on Tinubu, Orji Uzo Kalu, and others. And finally, here, Ali Ndume warns APC of looming implosion as opposition defections surge. All right, to the Nation newspaper now to give you some more headlines. Economic reforms aim to secure youth's future, Tinubu tells Prince Edward. Why Nigerians should support Tinubu. Why Nigerians should support Tinubu by Ndume. Tuga, structural weakness behind unconstitutional changes of government in Africa, and of course the changes of government in other parts of the world. Abbas ministry back increased recruitment of women into police. Speaker 16 order Taraba lawmakers dump PDP for APC. Factional head for showdown at PDP secretariat. Declining inflation raises hope of lower interest rate. And finally here, Tinubu orders manhunt for abductors, rescue of 25 pupils. And then some few stories on Guardian newspaper. Nigeria UN signed pact on elections political stability. Tinubu host Duke of Edinburgh explains economic reforms. Wike military landfill. Dauda insists on rule of law. On insecurity, federal government trains NCOS spokespersons on strategies. And then U.S. lawmakers set for explosive vote on explain files. Trump plans Maduro's talk. Okay, with U.S. strikes on Mexico. You're on to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Jude. Ikame Jude. This time around, we go join Rufai Oseni. All right? For analysis of some of the headlines. Okay? Let's go there.
So the drama of the PDP has not yet ended, as Wiki and his cohort are now planning another big PDP meeting. I saw the advertisement, Liliola Yinka released it. These are people that are already removed from the party, have been suffered the expulsion from the party. So why are they now planning another big PDP meeting? It just shows the disagreements that abound in the PDP. Some watchers are also saying that as long as INEC was informed of the PDP meeting and the convention, that the way it was the constitution that it says that INEC must mandatorily be present there at the party convention, that as long as they've been informed, that's all that matters. But there are also watchers that are saying that INEC distancing itself from the PDP convention is a big problem. So both parts are going at loggerheads as we speak. also, the police has debunked the story about the assassination attempt on Yerima. In fact, Mr. Wike's spokesperson, I don't know if he was there or not, was saying that police had stopped Yerima, the naval officer, and I didn't identify himself. But I will take what Larry says with a pinch of salt, because I think the appropriate body to be able to react to that is the police. Peter B is also complaining that federal government took over 400 people to COP this year. That's the climate change summit. And the question we should ask the Nigerian government is that we keep taking a lot of people to COP, but we don't get anything out of it. It's just a jamboree. It's just another facade that opportunity to travel. People will just travel and get in the plane and travel and use government influence to travel. But when we look at it, are those 400 persons, are they really part of the conversations? Are they part of the discussions? What role are they really playing in all of this? But the federal government is so quick to be able to respond and shush Peter Obi off. But anyway, that's the role of Peter Obi. He's supposed to call you people accountable, just like we are calling federal government accountable today. That is not by sending a delegation to go and see the religious leaders in Jos. If the federal government by now is not naming those that are funding terrorism in this country, let's forget it. And it looks as though the federal government is not ready, as we speak, to be able to bring to book those funders of terrorism, those funders of the killings, those funders of all the incidents happening. Because Dubai government gave us the lead. All the details are with the security forces. If you remember, when top former naval officer revealed all these secrets on a Channels TV interview many years ago, if you remember that interview that trended, all the details are with the security forces. So why can't they go after these people that are perpetrating this violence? Dubai government gave the government of Buhari the names of these people, these terrorist funders. Why can't we go ahead and bring them to book? It just shows we are not ready, at the expense of people's lives. It's a very sad one, and God will judge all of us. US Congress is beginning their probe over this Christian genocide matter, and for all of those government surrogates and government talk, people like Boala that are going to say there's no persecution of Christians. I'm sure the Pope too, that has sounded off on it, that has said there's persecution of Christians, I'm sure they're going to go and challenge the Pope, because you can't say you know more than the Pope, and you can't see that the Pope is not being given adequate information, because you forget that the Pope is the head of nation. What we are just telling this government is, there's Christian genocide, solve the problem and stop all this back and forth. The United States House of Representatives Subcommittee on Africa will hold an open hearing to examine President Trump's recent resignation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. The hearing is scheduled for 11 a.m. in room 2172 of Rayburn House office, and it's available via webcast and will be chaired by Representative Chris Smith. The invite is to members of the Committee on the Foreign Affairs. It was cited by the Punch newspaper, and this is the hearing what they were talking about. The panel will feature Center for Religious Freedom, Nanashia Bishop Wilfred Aniegbe of the Makurdi Catholic Diocese, Mr. Obi of the Center for Strategic and International Studies. The congressional hearing is expected to review not only the scope of religious persecution in Nigeria, but also potential responses, including targeted sanctions, humanitarian assistance, collaboration with Nigerian authorities to prevent further violence. There is a claim that Christians is facing an existential threat in Nigeria, and they are being killed by radical Islamists. People are saying people are not facing persecution in Nigeria. Even tribal groups are facing persecution by so-called men of God. I don't know why Primate Ayodele will be saying all sorts of words and calling Igbos the problem of Nigeria. And he he calls himself a man of God. Anyway, a pastor or a primate that is predicting football matches, predicting betting, you will know that those ones are just pushing an agenda. And that's the kind of society we live in. And if we don't do something about our society, it will never move further and it will never move forward. 25 schoolgirls have been abducted. They've killed the vice principal in Kebbi. You can see the level of insecurity as raising its ugly head. Just like Chibok. Anyway, the number of Chibok was larger. Armed bandits large in number wielding sophisticated weapons. They've stormed comprehensive school in Maga, Danko Wasaga local government area of Kebbi. Abducted no fewer than 25 girls. Leah Sharibu. Till today, we've not heard from Leah Sharibu. The same with Mokri that was talking about the Leah Sharibu matter is the one saying today that there's no Christian genocide and there's no attack on Christians. May God forgive all of us. Suleiman Abdullah said that the bandits killed the school vice principal and that the identified bodies were seen in school premises. They came in mass number and shot sporadically before they got access to the school, where the safe school corridor. Abdullah added that Air Force fighter jets were seen hovering around the sky around 8 a.m. after the attack. The area was cordoned off by heavily armed security personnel. KB police spokesperson confirmed the attack. He said tactical team has been raised to begin rescue. All of this happening under this administration, APC administration. APC under Buhari then said they were solving security. A lot of Nigerians believe them because they say Buhari was a military man. Taraba Speaker and 15 assembly members have defected to the APC. While they are defecting, I just pray that Kefas, who is also a former military man, will be able to solve the insecurity problem in Taraba. They are killing thief people en masse in Taraba. And we should do something about it. Wike-backed PDP is also announcing an emergency BOT and NEC meetings. Only time will tell as regards that. And let's keep looking as regards that story. But we need to speak truth. We need to speak truth. And it was said that part of the agreement Wike said he wanted was that PDP should not produce any presidential candidate. So it's obvious that he's obviously working for President Tinubu. And this one-party state thing is what they want to do. How can even President Tinubu see that, oh, you are running a valid process when you are saying, or when somebody that works in your government is negotiating a deal on your behalf that it should be only you that should run, that the other party should not even produce any opposition, in weakening the opposition. So it just shows that it's all part of their plot and ploy. For Nigeria to be good, we need to speak the truth at all times. And that's the sad reality of the society we live in. That's the sad reality of the society we live in. And it's a very, very, very sad one. We keep looking. Malami is declaring for 2007 governorship of Kebbi State. Anyway, he tried the last time, but he didn't get it. Is he going to be going under the ADC? This is the same Malami that when he was Attorney General, Dubai did release some of the list of those funding terrorism. We should ask Malami, where is the list of those funding terrorism? Yet Allah is saying that they're going to write a letter seeking removal from US sanctions list, saying Christian persecution claim is flawed. How can Yet Allah saying Christian persecution claim is flawed? Christians are facing persecution in this country. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. The truth has to be said. Mr. Jollof and VDM, they trade blues on flight. That's very bad. I think two of them should be deplaned. And two of them should be sanctioned appropriately. The plane is not where people can come and settle scores and have fights here and there. It's not a good one for our country. It should be sanctioned. I don't want to know what transpired between both of them. We can't have a society where people are just fighting, having fisticuffs in a plane. It's not done. And it's not done at all. Please, let's stop all of this. I am saying that the PDP convention is a jamboree, that nobody can, remove them. But they said the expulsion is not going to hold water. I mean, these are some of the thoughts making around. Right. So, since some many stories making the rounds today, I just want to mention this. Our dear Ambassador Musbau, I always tell this man's story because he lost his sight during June 12 struggle. So he's having something called Ambassador Musbau Akiyemi Summit, and he's saying that the talking point is Nigerian project Red Down for is going to happen on the 20th of November 2025. Moso Okola LCDA. I think you should go out there and support Ambassador Musbau. If you want to go out there and for sponsorship inquiries, 0803 572 8196. Please go out there and support him. Also, like I said, Aaron Akeredela of Rise TV fame is going to have a great discussion called the Big Sporting Dialogue at the Villa Dome in Ikoyi, Lagos, where all the stakeholders in sports are going to be there. And I'm also going to be there, because we need to be able to ask questions. What are going on in sports? We just think that this corruption going on in sport, Nigeria not qualifying, is all of it. But there's a massive level of corruption. And I think at this point in time, you should be able to probe successive governments and administration of the NFF as regards what happened in sports. Because this is the first time we are not going to qualify back to back, and that event is going to happen on the 24th of November. So we need to be able to probe them. But when you probe them, and when you see what has transpired, you are going to be shell-shocked at the level of what goes on in Nigeria. Nigeria is also sending about 14 teams to represent the nation at the World Robot Olympiad in Singapore. It's a giant win for STEM and national development. Nigeria is going to be sending teams to represent them in 2025 World Robot Olympiad. We just hope they are bringing great prizes home. Let's also support them. Also, inflation rate went down to about 16%, but I don't believe the inflation numbers. Let me tell you what the government has done. Especially the National Bureau of Statistics, they have reduced the weighted average for food on the inflation. So what it means is that inflation will keep going down, but it's not a true reflection. Things are still going to be expensive. We are going to see if the central bank is going to cut interest rates. But you see, when we use manipulation of data and it happens, we are reducing weighted average of food inflation, then we don't get anywhere. So let's be very careful. Let's be very careful. And it's very sad. It's very sad in our country today that the government is announcing inflation number is coming back, but you are not seeing the effects. The cost of things are still very expensive. It's because they deliberately reduce the weighted average for food. And when you do that, then it is a sad one. It is a sad one.
Thank you so much, Rufai.
It is a sad one.
Thank you indeed. Appreciate you, Rufai. Okay, right now let's have Prince Chilaka. He's just right here in the studio. Good morning to you, Prince.
Good morning, Judy. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right. Everyone, join the conversation this morning. Okay, there are three basic issues I want us to look at, Prince Chilaka, before we leave. Mass abductions have returned to the country. They're no longer taking 1-2 persons. Yeah, picking them in mass and taking them to an unknown, according to Nigeria, unknown destination. I don't know if it's that unknown to everybody still. I don't know if it's unknown to you, and to everyone listening to me right now. But then this mass abduction thing, Nigeria is witnessing a resurge of mass abductions, as at least 145 people. 145. You would ask, where did they carry them enter? 145 people being kidnapped.
Jude, you don't need to go far. We're back to the trenches. We're back to a situation where the Nigerian lives, their properties are no longer secured. And then government forgets that what is the role of government? Why do we call it government? We call it government because you and I and all other Nigerians have given up their sovereignty to a few people to say manage our sovereignty, take care of our sovereignty. And in doing that, we're asking government to give us security, to give us infrastructures, to create enabling environment for every one of us to thrive. So we're back to where we started from. And it's a shame on this government. It simply shows that this government is clueless and that this government does not have plans for the Nigerian people. I ask question and I'll keep asking that question and nobody's answering. When the what do you call them? When the first girls that were kidnapped,
the Chibok
girls, when they were kidnapped, the question I kept asking is how were they moved to whatever destination they were taken to? Were they moved in train? Were they moved in buses? Were they moved by air? Or was there a magic wand that everybody just disappeared and nobody could find them? Now we have another situation. 25 school girls. Jude, it's not even just about the kidnapping. It's about the trauma. It's about what these girls will go through in the hands of these guys. You and I know the reason why they kidnap women. To abuse them. To rape them. That is why they kidnap them. So, in other words, what we are saying is nobody needs to go back to school. Nobody needs to go to school. That's what they want to achieve. Because I don't think any reasonable parent, as it is right now, would allow their children to go to school in the north with this kind of kidnapping. And then the police was giving some flimsy excuses, that they engaged them and they jumped the fence and took 25 girls. How did the girls jump? How did they jump? People that are fleeing from a hostile situation, how were they able to cut away 25 girls? And I hear that, about a few kilometers away, you have a military checkpoint. You have a police checkpoint. So what is going on? And then somebody will sit down somewhere and begin to tell you, go and negotiate. Go and negotiate with bandits. Go and negotiate with criminal elements. And then you have some people in the north hailing Gumi. Honestly speaking, if Nigeria was a sane country, Gumi should be locked up. Because I think he has a hand in all of this. Because if he's a very sensible man, a man with a heart, a man that loves his country, he will not be advising government to negotiate with bandits.
Speaking of Gumi, I think yesterday he came out to say he has the backing of some persons. He's not doing whatever he's doing all by himself. That he's got some backing.
So let him mention the persons. If he has backing, few days back, you saw when there was a meeting between the bandits and some people, and the bandit leader said, the government is the one asking us to do what we're doing, and now the government has asked us to stop, and we're ready to stop. Why is the Nigerian government deceiving the people? Why are they lying to the people? Why is the government finding it difficult to come out clean? And that's why I keep saying that there's very serious trust deficit between the people and the government. Where is Reno Mokri? Where is he in all of this? He is busy chasing cloud with looking for what P2B said and what P2B didn't say. But in his own, right now, 25 girls have been kidnapped. And all of those who have been saying, oh, Nigeria is a sovereign state, we can handle our insecurity, where are they?
Aside the 25 you mentioned, my concern is the 145 persons that have been kidnapped in Kebbi, Niger, and Zamfara states in just 4 days. 145 people.
Jude, you are looking at 145. That is the figure that the government probably would have.
Okay.
But is that the real figure? Do you know that today it's difficult to travel across Nigeria by road? It's difficult. You're traveling by road, your heart is in your hands. You travel by air, you land, taking a cab to where your final destination, your heart is in your hands. And then you see your Senate president coming out to tell you that he cries whenever Nigerian dies. And he has been there for how many years as a Senate president? What has he done to curb this situation? Are we saying that the Nigerian military is not capable anymore? Are we saying that our security architecture has been thrown to the dogs? Are we saying that our leaders have lost it? Between you and I, let me say this, and I've always said it. Nigeria has become a failed state. The only thing that has kept Nigeria going today is the resilience of the people. Because the people still believe that there could be light at the end of the tunnel. But with the way things are going, there seems to be no tunnel, talk less of a light.
You see, this resurgence of mass killings, is raising very, very serious concern. I'll bring in America into this also. I recall that in the run-up to the 2023 general elections, abductions were rampant. In fact, a report showed that between January and March 2023 alone, 792 people were abducted across Nigeria. 700, and just in the space of January to March, 3 months. Prince, January, February, March, 700 were abducted.
You're talking about 700. How many Nigerians are living in IDP camps? Jude, why should Nigerians be living in IDP camps when we're not at war? And nobody's asking questions. Who and who is occupying the ancestral homes of these people that are living in IDP camps? Why is it that government has found it difficult to send these people back to their ancestral homes? So we're not living in a country where anybody can walk into the country, decide where they want to chase people to, and take over, and everybody be. What really pains me in this country is the way we move on. It's the way we move on.
Too quickly, right?
Yes, it's like we no longer have value for human life. Whatever happens, we just move on. The questions we should be asking, nobody's asking it. And then somebody will sit down somewhere and say, hold your governors accountable, hold your government accountable. How do you hold your governors accountable when you don't even decide their fate? A governor that comes from the platform of PDP, elected as a governor, will come to APC and hold on to the governorship ticket. No punishment, nothing. And you think you can hold such a person accountable?
Some persons have tied this whole resurgence of abduction to 2027 election. What do you think?
It could be. But the question I still have to ask, when you say tying it to the election, well, obviously we see what is happening. People just die. You saw the military officer that was the brigadier general that was killed. Was it yesterday or so? By ISWAP. Have we not moved on? In the midst of that killing, when the nation should be mourning, you see politicians decamping from one party to another. All the political class is thinking about is the next election. They just want to grab power. They just want to be relevant. at the detriment of the Nigerian people. So anybody could say, yes, it's because of the elections. Nobody cares. But the truth is that, the government has failed the people. And the government must take responsibility.
Do we even have a government?
Well, that's the bigger question.
If you know day, no day. Person we no get money, no day you can for pocket.
No. You know they even get the trust go yourself no get pocket.
Now, let's not, sorry about that. Let's look at what America has said. Let's look at what the Pope yesterday also said, that there is killings in Nigeria. I should read now, and some persons keep saying all sorts of things, questioning why these guys are saying that is a lie. Who is now lying now? As in, let's look at the situation.
It's not a matter of who is lying. Like I said,
are there killings or not?
Nigerians we don't follow things up. We don't probe issues. We don't do things. We're not detailed. Reno Mokre came to Nigeria, which is him Arnold or Mayor or whatever he called him, and apparently he took them round the north and wanted them to give a clean bill to the federal government that there was no genocide going on. And what happened? The man said, no, you are a pathological liar. And after all that drama, what happened? Reno went under. Nigerians have not probed that matter. Nobody has called out Reno. And he's walking free. So I wonder how these people sleep at night. How their children look at them. If you follow the social media, I think Reno put up a post also yesterday talking about, he's going to one university like that to give a speech, and that, the seat, everything has been sold out. Meanwhile, it is free. And then his friend, who has become his tormentor, came under it and said, this man, why do you like lying like this? So why is it that Nigerians are not even asking questions? We just move on too quickly. I don't know who did this to Nigeria. This is not the Nigeria I grew up in. Honestly, this is not the Nigeria. I mean, I grew up in a Nigeria where you take a train from Lagos to Niger State. You go night traveling. You see people coming all the way from Aba in the night. They take a night bus because they have an appointment in Lagos for maybe 8, 9 a.m. All through the night.
And it's so easy.
It's so easy. I mean, the roads are fairly motorable. But today, what do we have?
And I saw. Let me bring in Kebbi State Governor Muhammad Nasir Idris. He was speaking, last night. He filmed over what he described as failure. I want to quote him very well. Failure to act on credible intelligence. So they knew ahead. Hold on. Failure to act on credible intelligence by the DSS that the school, was under threat of attack. They failed to act on the intelligence. So they knew that something is about to happen.
When the issue of Yellow Water happened, Judy, is it not the same storyline we're having? It's the same storyline. When Chibok girls were kidnapped, the same storyline. I remember that of Chibok girls where Wike himself, who then was Minister of State for Education, said, these children cannot sit for this exam. Your vice president today, Shetima, was the governor of Borno State. And it was said that he insisted. A country where we just, people who are in leadership positions do all manner of things and get away with it, and nobody punishes them. Look at what's happening between Ned Walker and Regina Daniels. A sitting senator. And the National Assembly, led by Akpabio, the Senate President, has not seen the need to sanction Ned Nwoko. But they were quick to sanction Natasha. So these are the problems of this country. The problem of injustice. The problem where those who are meant to lead have become gods. They're meant to serve the people. Now the people are serving them. We are back into another realm of slavery in Nigeria. And we have been enslaved by those we call our leaders, those we have given up our sovereignty to. They're the ones enslaving us. Because the governor of Kebbi State coming out to say, what it means is that it's an indictment on DSS, it's an indictment on the security architecture. It simply means that, information was made available, but everybody went to sleep. It's just like the story of, that led the story of the death of this Brigadier General Musa. I mean, when you listen to, when you read all the things people are writing, you ask yourself, what is going on? Do we have moles in our security architecture? Have we shot ourselves in the leg when we begin to reintegrate and rehabilitate these Boko Haram terrorists and all of that? Jude?
As well.
It's not about it as well. It's not about it as well.
What am I going to say?
The truth of the matter is that we are sitting on a keg of gunpowder. Look what happened in Agege or Alimosho yesterday, where a naval officer was stabbed by street urchins. That is to show you the level of lawlessness in the country. And these are pointers to a failed state, whether we like it or not. Whether all the political power, the politicians decamp to APC or not, it's a failed state. You're decamping from your party to APC. What is it that APC is offering you that is making you decamp? How does your decamping add value to the lives of those you are meant to govern? It's not that you decamp and you're providing roads. You're providing housing. You're providing light. You're providing health system. You're just decamping for selfish and greedy reasons. And yet, the people are suffering and bearing the brunt. And, the political class, they're living large. Is it not a shame that the army and the police will say that those who came to kidnap children had more sophisticated weapons than they did? Mm-hmm. I mean, what is going on? Where is all the money that has been budgeted for defense in this country?
All of the tucados. Well, let's put that behind quickly because of our time. Let's discuss Obasanjo and Fayose. Yes, this is the news. Hold on. Everyone, let's talk. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo and the former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose yesterday renewed their old enmity, with Fayose raining insults on the 89-year-old ex-president whom he declared belongs in the zoo. Now, I'll break it down. A dramatic twist ahead of his Fayose's 65th birthday last week. Fayose had visited Obasanjo in his Ogun home and invited the ex-president to the birthday. At the birthday party in Lagos, however, Obasanjo, who was the special guest of honor, recounted how Fayose had abused him severally in the past without battling, an eyelid, and on and on and on and on it went. In fact, I would love to, quickly relay the make I play the full video according to Nigerians. Let me play the video and let's take a listen to what OBJ actually said. I'm doing it because I want to get your response on something. A couple of friends have been saying Fayose was right. Some said no, he's too. How can you be talking to OBJ? But hold on, we'll get to that shortly. Lagos, let's take a listen to this.
And I was with you because of the initiative that you took to start giving water in Ekiti. You remember? And that was what set you apart. I didn't know you before then. And the person that I know who wanted to be governor of Ekiti, that I was going to support, was S.K. Babalola. You remember? He has a track record, beautiful track record, of being in the LUT for many years. But when you came up, then I dropped S.K. Babalola, who in any case was not in our party. And only last Saturday I was in Efalaye. And you remember we went to Efalaye to campaign. And one of their campaigns was erosion. And we promised them and we fulfilled. There is a difference between being courageous, being bold, and foolhardiness. Courage, boldness, and foolhardiness, they don't go together. There's also what I call humility. It's part of what you must find with Obasanjo. The attributes that are regarded as very important in Nigerian life and living, particularly Yoruba. Humility is one of them. Integrity is another. We had a campaign, and as God will have it, we won. I have no apology that we won the election, but it was a fair deal. But I'm also happy that after that we work together and we continue to work together in the interest of Ekiti State and in the interest of Nigeria. But when you won, you wanted to do a lot of good things, and you came to consult with me, and one of the ones that I say, please watch, if you wanted to help poultry farmers, you remember. And I told you the best way to help poultry farmers is to subsidize their own chicks for farmers and feed for farmers. So they have to. We decided government will go into poultry, and I said, look, government for poultry, when there's Kumboro, and Kumboro come in 4 days, you don't. Because government system, you have to apply to secretary, has to apply to senior secretary to deputy permanent secretary. Deputy permanent secretary, while you are doing that, the guru has come in 5 days, is wiped up. And you remember the story. I came to your poultry farm. Poultry chicken that are about 2 weeks old. The shaving and the chicken are as clean. And I turn to you and say, Ayo, I want the adject in and your brother, who was there? I heard him saying to you quietly, "You're so fine. The bill by me, the woman was going to put you." But that came and passed. That came and passed. Before that, you didn't know, and you remember, there was a bit of controversy about what school you have, what education you have, if you remember. Some people said, but I know that you went to Olivet, and you made it to Olivet. I know people who were your classmates, and who were senior to you, and who were junior to you. Olivet. It's not time with you. But you did that. Nothing. You and your wife came to me in your last house. Abi? To apologize to me for what you have said, what you have done, and I said, I forgive. But it didn't stop. You came to my own house. You came to apologize. And I said, okay. But it didn't stop. I did not ask you to contribute to my library. Did I? I did not. The governors decided as governors, you joined them. You better. I get him from Gabon. Ibi tí gómìnà bá wà tàbí president bá wà, kò sí ọba.
All right, Prince Ilaka. I know you understand Yoruba also, but after all of these that the former president said, hear what Fayose responded, what Fayose did, what Fayose said to OBG. I'll read it verbatim right now. He said, "Dear Baba Obasanjo, I trust this finds you well. You are coming to my birthday party, and I appreciate it. Except for your very I have to be just plain. Sorry, I have to just read exactly how Fayose wrote it here. And I appreciate it, except for your very irresponsible comments. At your age, you were so low. But I am not surprised, because someone once said you are supposed to be kept away in the zoo. Sincerely, that's where you belong. I kept quiet or did not reply to you at the function so that the world would know the difference between a sane and a madman that you are. It's also obvious that you have also lost your sanity, or should I say it is a heightened stage of dementia. Not to worry, Baba. I shall set the record straight in due course of time. Lastly, I shall appreciate it if you return my money, since you publicly admitted you received it, but Dangote brought you back. You leopard will never change its skin. Or rather, your leopard, I won't say, trying to look at it carefully, will not change its skin. Prince Ilaka.
When I saw that yesterday, I now went back to a video did by Peter Fayose. I don't know if you saw the video. Where, Peter is his brother.
The question is this man wrong or right?
I'm coming to that. There were things Peter said in that video, and honestly, he said a lot about Fayose. That how Fayose is a very wicked person, does not appreciate, is not humble, and all of that. So, now when I listen to OBJ, you and I, between you and I, you know OBJ. OBJ is a storyteller. And OBJ is one man who doesn't forget. But if you ask me, in all honesty, I don't see anything wrong with what OBJ said.
Okay.
Yes. Because if I invite you as a friend to my event, and I'm asking you to be a special guest, and I expect you to give a speech, I don't expect you to give me a speech that speaks the only good sides of me. Then you're not a good friend.
Okay.
I would expect you to give me a speech that looks at my good side
And the bad side.
and my bad side. The whole idea is that so that I can see the things I don't see from what you've said.
Okay.
And then I'll pick those things you've said and I go back to my closet and I say, okay, he pointed this out, pointed this. How do I change? How do I become a better person? So anybody who has listened to Peter Fayose video, which was his birthday wish to his Ayo Fayose, and what has played out, you will see that everything Peter said about Ayo Fayose is exactly what he is. So when you talk about leopard or chameleon, you won't have it more of Ayo than Obasanjo. The things Obasanjo said, is there a lie in it? That's the question we should be asking. And then why is it that we find it difficult when accepting criticisms? Why, as Nigerians, we find it difficult? Most people you see that are locked up by governors is because they are criticized. They criticize the governor. They criticize the president. That's why today it's difficult for you to criticize anybody in power.
The thing is, Yorubas are not known to disrespect elders.
But
No matter what.
But I mean, I don't. You see, our culture. Wait, calm down. Our culture and tradition has been thrown to the dogs. Yes. And I'll tell you, between us, I'm sure we grew up in the same Lagos, where if you hear of Oro, nobody comes out. But what have they done? Have they not politicized Oro? You saw Oro coming out on election day, broad daylight. The myth of Oro has been thrown away. So when you throw away the things that make a society sacred, then there's nothing to hold on to.
How can you call an old man irresponsible? Use that word.
That is to show you that
to a former president.
That is to show you that we're living in an age
who's like a father to you.
We're living in an age where anything goes. Culture, tradition has been thrown away.
He said he belongs to the zoo.
Because you're living in a country where money has become the order of the day. And that's why you see a young boy that just has small money, he comes to the meeting of his elders and he talks to them anyhow. A man that has 5 kids, maybe the first son is not doing well, and the last son is the one that has money. When the man dies, who do they respect? He's the one that has the money.
Oh, beautiful. And this is not to meddle into family issues. I also know that the same Fayose has got issues, a whole lot, within his family. If you hear his younger brother,
that is why I said Peter Fayose now.
Yes,
you need to listen to his videos.
It's crazy. And again, I watched last night I watched Fayose's own sister talking about Fayose. I begin, what's going on? He's a former governor of a state. And they say if he dies, he doesn't want anybody to know family things. His body belongs to government.
No, let me tell you the truth. The truth is that when we were returning to civil rule, was it not in when did we come back to civil rule? When we're coming,
we see, like we have to go on.
When we were returning to civil rule, a lot of people who came up to contest election were men that lack integrity, and that's why we are today. Men without honor, men without proven integrity. most of them questionable character, and that is why the country has become what it is today.
Lagos, let's go on a short break quickly, okay? I'll be right back.
November 25 every year is reserved to celebrate Ebriba women who as a unit trekked from Ebriba to the seat of government in Umuahia to ensure that the kingdom did not self-destruct.
This 2025, the Anachuken in Council, as a highlight for this year's celebration, has set aside 2 days, 23rd and 24th of November 2025, to celebrate our daughters, mothers, and friends of the kingdom as Adena and Inyome Ebriba.
All roads lead to Ebriba as we celebrate our women, our pride, our role models.
You are all cordially invited as Ebriba celebrates womanhood in a unique way.
Signed, Anachuken in Council.
Customer, welcome. What do you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Cutout fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get them. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J cutout fuse and distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
don't worry. I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover cutout fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover-wise pan foolish o. Slatter Star J Indian product na number 1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy-duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J na you Pico.
You are listening to your the number one station from Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
I'm reading a comment right now. Someone saying on YouTube, Obed Orji, right? He's saying Obasanjo shouldn't have said all that he said in his birthday event. All right, that was his birthday gathering and not a political event. Why should Obasanjo wait until his birthday to speak?
Well, who invited Obasanjo? you see, sometimes some of us just churning on issues without doing serious study on it. Between you and I today in Nigeria, the politicians use their birthdays for political advantage. That's why you see when they're doing their birthday, they call somebody to come and give a paper, to come and give a speech on who they are. If Obasanjo had come to that birthday and said only the good things about Ayo Fayose, will Ayo react? The truth of the matter is that Ayo is one man who does not like to be criticized, and that's a common thing amongst our politicians. That is why when they're having their celebrations, they always invite somebody who will only look at their good sides without telling them the bad sides they have. So for me, Jude, if I'm having a birthday party tomorrow and I decide to invite you, and you come to that birthday and you say, oh, Prince is good, Prince is that, Prince is that, I will look at you with another eye, because I know that deep down there are things I have done that you are aware of that I'm probably not aware of. That you should be able to tell me. And there's no better place to say it than that place. But then, knowing your politicians the way they are, the political, the score he wanted, he couldn't score it. And that's his annoyance.
Okay, let's hear from Nigerians. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. 0700 903 903 903 is the number. Then WhatsApp 0817175638. Move away from your radio set or turn down the volume. Just about 60 seconds for you. Mind what you say on the national radio. Hello, good morning. What's your name?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Silaka, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Back from Elasa. Judah, concerning the
hello. Sorry about that. Please call back if you can, okay? 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Sani.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Senator.
Good morning.
The issue, the iron is Peter, the junior brother is Isaac. So the Fayose did very well. If he knew he had no good terms with Obasanjo, he's supposed not to have invited him. But when that one has come, Obasanjo cannot close his mouth. Whatever is in his heart, then he will keep it for opportunity. Whenever he has, he will pour it out. Secondly, the one in the Kebbi State, I don't know why government is doing this thing to the people. We are really suffering. They are talking, Trump has situated that is coming to choose this terrorist. The more Trump talk, they are doing worse. What is happening to our government these days? There's nobody in the government that has integrity. Apart from that, they crying for what? You are the third man in the government. Can't you advise the people on what to do? Can't you call the house and sit up and say this thing is taking out of hand? What is this crying adding to the value of life of the Nigerian? Imagine the judge the brigadier killed like a chicken in the bush, then they are backing up and down for 2027. If they finish killing people, who will they do? Nigeria should sit up and look at this kind of government we are telling ourselves. The people cannot talk. Even these people are overwhelming people. We should do something. We cannot do making allow Trump to come and wipe these people out for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Even 2027,
it's okay.
He's doing all this one with the life of innocent people. The soil is filled with blood of innocent people. We can never go with this country if they don't sit up.
It's okay. Thank you so much for calling. Okay. Let me see if I can take. I'll be reading your messages, okay, to cover up time. Just back to back. Feel free to call in. This person is saying, please make sure your comments are civil enough, okay? Mr. Chilaka, my name is Gabriel from Ikorodu. Let America not allow Nigeria government to deceive them. They are not fighting any insecurity. The problem of Nigeria is that majority of us don't understand the mindset of the Islamic extremists. They think domination and extermination of anyone or group of people that Thank you. It's quite lengthy, but it's okay. Thank you so much for calling. Hello, good morning. Good morning here.
Hello, can you give you good morning?
Good morning. Good morning.
I am here because you are there.
Talk to me.
Daniel is calling from Alaba.
All right, let's go.
Good morning.
Morning.
Because I want you Trump to come quick because there's no time. Before we finish here, let him come. We need help. We need their help. We need them to come and rescue us from the hands of bandits and the Boko Harams. Please let him come quick. I beg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, good morning. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, call back if you can. Just call back if you can. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Emeka from Ogun State.
Yeah, let's go. You have 1 minute.
Yeah, what I want to say is that because of Chibos girls, so many people came out in Ojota those days to campaign, bring back our girls. So now girls have been kidnapped again. Now these governments use protest and enter, and now they close the door of protest that nobody should talk, even when evil are going on. Now these children are people's daughters. What are the conditions of their parents now? Now, what are the conditions of all those girls in the bush where they are right now? Now, all this killing that going on this nation, has it not been enough? Why is it that these wicked governments, they will just be heartless and allow this killing to be going on? And I want to ask, suppose this government now are Christian tickets, what could have been the condition of this nation by now? Because when good luck was there as a Christian, now everybody was seriously against even Christians because they put it upon the head of Christians. Now, since I've been a Muslim ticket now, what has the Muslims saying about this?
Thank you. Let's leave it there because of our time. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Morning.
Yes, good morning.
Morning, Judy. My name is Obidna, calling from people.
Let's go quickly.
Chinaka, good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
If people want to say, then we say, what are government doing? Chinaka, and is it not the same thing? Take rope and tie the goat, and take goat and tie the rope. Is it not the same language? Who are the government? Who are the terrorists? APC is the one that brought these terrorists in Nigeria. If APC is in this country for 100 years, that is how we will remain. Let us say the truth. The court of Australia said APC is a terrorist party. We all know these things. They are the one. If they are in country for, if they rule us for 100 years, we will remain like this for 100 years.
Thank you.
What are we hiding? What are we hiding there?
Thank you.
But Tinubu doesn't have power to he's among everybody, the OPC government, they are the one that brought them. They know where they brought them.
Thank you.
They can't fight them. What are we hiding?
Thank you. It's okay. Let's leave it there. Hello, good morning here. What's your name?
Morning, Judy.
Good morning.
Please, Chilaka. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Robert. I am calling from Apapa. Judy, the question I want to ask is that this that man that died, that general, what is his name? May so rest in peace. Okay, the men that came to rescue him after the onslaught, I think they could not locate his direct position. They were shouting on WhatsApp. The shout is online everywhere. We read it. But is it not funny to hear that Air Force cannot track their own man? And the man said his battery was about 30%, something like that. So if they could not track their man, how come we continue to hear the Air Force have killed about 100 bandits in the forest and all those things? Are you sure those things are real? Whatever. The Sultan of Sokoto was in Aso Rock some few days ago with the president. I don't know their meeting. What is their position about what is happening in the north?
Thank you.
What is their position?
Let's leave it there. Thank you so much. Thank you. This person is saying greetings to you. Okay. NBS has lost credibility. Please, what is our Nigerian Air Force doing with all our aircrafts? How come they couldn't locate these animals and beasts and also vampires in our country? Reno Mokri should also be banned internationally. Let him remain in this country. Grandma Maggie is the one who is saying that. Okay, good morning to you, Prince Ilaka. OBJ did not say anything bad. He only recounted how far they have come from, how far they have come. But for Fayose to bash him with those is disrespectful. It is him, Fayose, who is irresponsible. That's what he said. Isaac Fayose, right, Eugene? Thank you so much.
Isaac Fayose.
Isaac Fayose. I feel ashamed of Fayose. How did these kind of people get into the post of leadership? He thought he has shamed Obasanjo. His shoe of shame is knocking on the door. We have truly lost our values and respect in this country. Seriously. Please, okay. It's all right. Let's see. Okay. Let me take one more call and I'm good to go.
Good morning, Judo.
Good morning.
Yeah, I greet you, master.
Good morning to you.
How's the work, sir?
Great.
I'm out of this kind of calling from Majalaba.
Okay.
You see, Judo, you see, as part of insecurity, this our soldier is a cause of that thing. Why the soldier, our soldier will be the people I see they recruit the Boko Haram into the society, they stay in the military, and the military people go accept them. Tell the children, this is they pursue. What do they become our enemy? Now they will still be your own friend. Why is our soldier can even shoot the Boko Haram? They know where they recruited, they shoot their soldier. Their soldier is the cause of this thing. All those politicians, one of the people with the soldier. All of them, not anyone. And when we use our gallant men, they pay for the battle. Let the soldier
Okay.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much for calling. Yes, I think I can still take one or two more calls, right? Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Mr. Mbak from Elijah.
All right.
Yeah, Chinaka, I greet you.
I greet you, sir.
25 students kidnapped. Right. Please, where is Gumi? I'm asking, where is Gumi? Are you people telling Mr. Mbak that the Northerners leaders, their hand is not in this thing happening? Look at the way they are damaging the image of the country. A general kidnapped in Nigeria, killed. The other one was killed and thrown in a well. It's a shame. Whosoever that saw this is happening in this country and yet still have the boldness to say one Nigeria.
Thank you.
Shame to that person.
Thank you so much. As we've been saying, first off, what Ayo Fayose said about OBJ was really, really absurd. OBJ is who he is. Secondly, why can't this APC government release the 400 names that UAE government gave them? What transpired between Wike and the gallant soldier yesterday is disgraceful, and putting Nigeria in a very, very bad light internationally. Before anyone is being made a public office holder in Nigeria, he or she should be made to do some kind of mental check. Nigeria is nosediving, and little or nothing is being done to that. Business like we have to go. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For coming. Lagos will continue the conversation by 10:30. Okay. Yes, I will be back here. And don't forget, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, I am IKAMIJUDEH. IKAMIJUDEH. That is Ikami Jude. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. I love you all so much, and like I said, I'll be right back. Do have a pleasant morning. Up next is Ogendibo, the Igbo version of Newspaper Review.